And welcome to this video where I am going to talk to you about journaling. Like, is there a right way, a wrong way? I've had some people ask me lately and have mentioned that they journal, but they find it doesn't really help them. And they're not sure exactly how to do it. So I thought I would do this quick little video with how to get the best out of journaling. Okay, there's many ways, but I'm just going to keep it short and simple so that you can start getting benefit from it. Okay, so some of you may never have journaled ever before. I never did. Like my entire life, I only started journaling last year. I've never kept a diary or anything like that at all, and it wasn't me. Okay, I wasn't that type of person. Right? I don't know what type of person that was. But in my head, I had this thing of I don't do that kind of thing. Okay, like I don't sit and talk about things. Now, you can sit down and journal with intention. Okay, so you can. It's basically when you journal, it's it's not to be used as a diary. Okay, so a diary is where you will just write about anything, like what you had for breakfast, what time you got up, where you went that day, the things that you did, that kind of thing, right? A diary is kind of like just recording what you got up to, basically. Okay. Now, with a journal be so much more powerful. Okay. A journal, a journal can really help and benefit you for inner healing and really expressing what is going on for you right now in your life. Like I said, I started doing it just over a year ago, about 18 months ago, and it's the best thing ever that I can recommend. Everyone does it, okay? Now you can sit down with a set intention, right? So you can sit down and be like, okay, this has happened, this situation has happened, and it's really angered me or annoyed me. So you can then just sit down and just write everything, all of your thoughts, your feelings, whatever, if it triggers you, what it brings up, how it made you feel, just everything, any thought that you have in your head about that situation, write it down, okay? Because when you're expressing it, when you write it down, it's like it's getting a bit of it out of you. And if you keep it all trapped inside, it's going to be affecting your mental health, your emotional well-being. It's going to have an impact on your life, whether you want to admit it or not. Okay. Now, you can sit there you may feel, if ever you're feeling like that overwhelm of anxiety or just feeling really worked up or emotional, or you just don't know what it is. And you're like, well, I can't journal because I don't even know what the hell to write about. I don't know what's the problem. Just sit there. A pen and paper is all you need. If you want to type it, do it on your phone, on laptop, computer, whatever, notebook, you can. Whatever works for you, okay? I love using pen and paper because it represents more of a physical release, like the energy that goes into actually writing. Now, just sit there, pen, paper, any device you've got in front of you, whatever it is. Have a pen in your hand or your fingers ready at the keyboard. Don't overthink of it. Don't think about stuff. I have started, in the past, I've started many journals with what the hell is going on, or or what the bleep is this about? Okay. doesn't matter. It's like any randomness that comes up in your head, right? Write it down, because I guarantee you the rest will just flow. Just get out whatever nonsense that pops up. You might think, oh, but that's not journaling, you know? And it's like, well, if you're talking about the washing, you start with the washing, and then I guarantee you move on to like other things, and then there'll be a pattern. It's like, oh, okay, I'm actually feeling overwhelmed because I've got this, and this to do, and I haven't been keeping on top of things. I've actually been neglecting my self-care, or I've got out of the habit or the routine of doing, certain things like every day. Or it could just be that you're actually really, really frustrated that you don't have any time for yourself. And all of this will actually just come out from just sitting there and just writing. The amount of times I have journaled and with no set intention. There's been the odd occasion where I'm like, I feel like journaling. Like, I don't know why, I just feel like I'll write a couple of things. No idea what I was going to write about. No idea why I needed to do it, because I thought I felt okay in myself. It was 2.5 pages later. 2.5 pages later. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I really needed to get that out. Or didn't actually realise that was really affecting me or impacting me right now. It works. It really does. Now, I will just say, okay, if you were journaling, do not read it back, okay? Now, this is really, really important, okay? Because if you are expressing yourself, maybe you're having a difficult time in your life. By the way, journaling is not just for like when the shit's hit the fan, okay? Journaling, you should do it every single day when things are good, because it helps keep on top of things. Okay, it really actually it really works. Okay, so think of it this way: you've released that toxic, that poisonous, negative emotions and feelings and thoughts and energy. You've released that out of your system. It's physically left your body via your fingertips, and it's on paper or on screen. Now, if you read it back over what you've written, it is not going to do you any good at all. In the future, if you ever want to look back, or, in 6 months' time, or, 5 years' time, then fine. But if you look back over what you have just written, you will find that you're going to start to feel shit about yourself. Like, if it's bad, stressful stuff, like dark stuff, you're going to feel really pants about yourself. You're going to, you're going to feel sorry for yourself and fed up and low and even more frustrated. Okay, so it's not going to do you any good. Because when you're reading it back, it's like you're putting it back in there. It's come out through your hands, through your fingers, and then you're putting it back in through your eyes. So please, 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 for your own sanity, don't read it back. Don't read it back after you've written it. It's served its purpose. Just getting it out there. And I guarantee you, when I do this, not every time, because it depends on what I've journaled about, okay? But it helps me see things more clearly. It helps me notice patterns when it's physically down on paper. Because the problem is when we get a thought come up in our head, half of the time we may not acknowledge it, or we might just sweep it away, push it back, okay? Now, what will happen is, say it's a thought about frustration, for example, that's coming up, okay? And you're just trying to sweep it away all the time. Now, it could be frustration about a particular situation. What you need to remember is, okay, if you keep pushing the first thing back, you're not going to be able to really see all the other emotions and feelings and stress that is attached to it, because you're not acknowledging and letting out or dealing with or processing just the first thing of frustration. You need to remove the top one, get the top one out, before you can then start to see the next issue or the next feeling or the next emotion or the next problem or the next thought. This is why journaling is so amazing, because you will be unleashing and releasing all of this stuff every time you write. Every time a word comes out on that pen and paper, on your screen, every single time, it's like taking the top layer off. Taking the top layer off, so you start to see more clearly and see that there's actually other stuff going on, or there's other ways that you feel besides just frustrated. So then you write about that bit, and then there's another one appears, and it's not like an endless thing. Obviously, it will be endless throughout your life. However, every time you take a layer off, you journal, you write, you express it, you externally get it outside of your body, it will help. It will help you so much, because you'll actually be able to have clarity, because you'll be able to see it all, and it'll be acknowledging everything that is actually going on for you. So please drop a comment, like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing lots more of these, covering all different topics. Drop a comment, let me know, do you currently journal? If you do, how do you do it? Have you just been using it like a diary? Or have you been using it to process and work through things? And if you found it helpful and it's going to benefit you, please, like, just comment and let me know. Comment, like, and subscribe if you think that this video has been helpful in any way whatsoever. I am sending you all love and light. And I didn't even do an introduction. This is like my first ever this is like my first ever YouTube video. I am Cath James. Catherine James, but Cath James. I am a spiritual life coach and energy healer and blah, 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 blah. But yes, I am here to help and be of service in any way I can to help people in their human body with the emotions and mental health and their spiritual awakenings. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I hope that I will see you on the next video. Bye!